And game week 7 is all done, boys and girls, and this is how the table looks like with so much anticipation going for the final game week, which is only next week, by the way. It's not next month, 2 weeks from now. It's only next week where every single game will be played at the same time. But a lot took place on Tuesday's games, a lot took place of yesterday's games. In this video, we'll be talking about every single game, giving our main takeaways of each game and how it had a massive impact on of course, the league phase. Before we start, make sure you all like the video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, comment your own thoughts about any of those games. If your team lost, if your team drew, if your team won, put it down in the comment section what you guys made of every single game. Let's go straight into it, where you had Club Brugge, who beat Kairat with a massive win for Club Brugge, because this now takes them only 1 point from the playoffs. Club Brugge last season, they made the playoffs, and now they want to be part of the playoffs once again, where the next final game is against Marseille. Another win against Marseille, it puts them in a very good position, especially going away to Kairat, which isn't easy, especially at the atmosphere and the circumstances at this time of the year, where the conditions is just bad, so cold, so snowy. So 4-1 is a very good win. Then you had one of the surprise results of the game week. Manchester City lost against Bodo Glimt 3-1. Let me say that one more time if you guys didn't hear me. Man City lost 3-1 to Bodo Glimt. Are Man City just good? Are Man City very great? Or are they just overrated, fam? Because I don't understand them. Because I don't know if they're good, and I don't know if they're bad. Pep tried a different lineup. Of course, no Semenya, because he wasn't registered. He'll be registered after the league phase is done. So he tried a different way. He tried the 2 10s in Cherki and Foden. He put the Ricky Lewis right there as a 10. He put Ainouri on the right backside to provide a little bit more spark and overlapping with Cherki. I watched the game, but City just looked weird. And not only weird going forward, but defensively. They conceded chances after chance after chance after chance. Those 2 goals by Bodo Glimt in the first half, the back-to-back goals, it could have been 3, it could have been 4. The amount on Charles of Donnarumma made 2 to 3 great saves, but defensively, the likes of Alena, who's good, but so much years like he's not ready to play straight away. Kosanov made some nice little recoveries there and there, but Man City, bro, they are right now in a phase where they need to improve, or else shit is going down. And what I mean by shit is going down is that the Premier League is going down. But the thing is about the Premier League is that whenever they drop points, Arsenal seem not to take advantage of it. They lost against United, boom, they drew. The draw, which they had a draw a couple of weeks ago, then Arsenal drew. Arsenal can't seem to take advantage of every single time Arsenal, that Man City drop points. And even in the Champions League, I can't trust the City side. Yes, they beat Real Madrid, but I can't trust the City side to go home and away, 2 legs against one of the bigger teams, the likes of Bayern Munich, the likes of Paris Saint-Germain, the likes of Barcelona. I just can't trust them. Hence the reason, Pep, City, even I see some City fans calling Pep out, which is crazy. But City fans, put down in the comment section, is it the team? Is it Pep? What is going on at Manchester City? Because right now, even though you man lost, you guys, this is what happened. If you won, you guys would have been in a perfect position to qualify straight away in the top 8, because your next game against the Gala at home. But this loss right here, it meant that other teams took advantage. The likes of Spurs, the likes of Liverpool, the likes of Chelsea, the likes of Barcelona, and the likes of Sporting, who every single one of those teams took advantage. Now you're relying on one thing. Now you're relying on goal difference. Now you're relying that you need to be Gala by 4 goals, 5 goals, because goal difference will be the one deciding this game week. This game week 8 will be basically judged on goal difference. Which team can score more goals? Because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams, and 2 of them in PSG and Newcastle are playing against each other. So next week, Man City, you need to score 5 goals. If you don't, say hello to the playoffs once again. Because the last time you played the playoffs, you lost against Real Madrid. But hey, that was a massive result. Then you have Napoli against Copenhagen, and Napoli missed a massive chance because Copenhagen had a man down for at the 35th minute. So you played majority throughout the whole second half, majority of about 60 minutes. You played with 10 against 10 players, which you couldn't even get a win. That's why Conte's Champions League record gets worse and worse and worse. And now you're in a position where you, similar to what I said about Man City, you need goal difference. But your next game against Chelsea, who is fighting for that top 8. So Napoli, you've left yourself in a bad position, which I don't even think you qualify in the playoffs in the first place. Then you had Arsenal, and can we please have a conversation about Arsenal? Can we please have a conversation? Because this start is not normal. This start right here should not be seen as something which is like, just brush it to the side. Brother, 7 wins out of 7. 20 goals. Only 2 goals conceded. And they've played against difficult side. Out of the 7 games, they've played 3 difficult, which you can put on paper are hard teams. Atleti are considered a hard team. They managed to beat them. Bayern Munich is considered one of the best teams in the world. They managed to beat them. Inter Milan is considered a hard side away from them at San Siro. They managed to beat them 3-1. And the next game is against Caira. I wouldn't be surprised if they finish this game week, bro. They will have the best defensive record and the best attacking record by far if they score 4 or 5 goals. Like, this Arsenal campaign is massive, but this is the problem with Arsenal. You've done well. You know what? Before we speak about the problem about can you sustain them, I think it's unfair. I think let's talk about the game itself. Gabriel Issa, brother, like Victor, I'm happy he came on and scored for his confidence, for his because mentally you could see the guy wasn't the same. Gabriel Jesus, though, can we just have a conversation about this, Dunny? The only thing about him to stay healthy, bro. Stay healthy. If he stays healthy, Arsenal have so much to achieve, and Arsenal can achieve so much this season. Whether that's the league, whether that's the Champions League, they've got so much to achieve. But the question is, can he stay healthy? But the goals that he scored, of course, set-piece demons. Set-piece demons, bro. A set-piece is a goal for them. A set-piece is a literal goal for them. This is why I say don't give them the corner. Don't give him a corner because the deliveries is second to none. But Bukayo Saka, again, great performance. But as for Inter, bad result, because similar to what I said about Man City not taking advantage, Inter were in a similar situation where they started game week 7 in the top 8, and now they are all the way in 14th place, where they're not even relying on one of those teams to win. There's not even goal difference for them. They need one of those 2 teams to drop points because they're all lost. They were in a very healthy position, and now, literally, ma'a salama. Then you had Leverkusen losing surprisingly, and now they are in a playoff position as well. Real Madrid, of course, beat Monaco 6-1. I've already spoken about that game. I've already talked about that game. Go check my match reaction on my main channel, where Vinny had a man of the match performance. Sporting Lisbon beats Paris Saint-Germain with Luis Suarez himself. Man like Luis Suarez, Luis Suarez, scoring 2 goals, including a last-minute dagger, which puts this little league phase in a crazy position where Paris Saint-Germain had a crazy goal by Kvara, by the way. Like, Sporting did very well, even though Paris started as the better team in the first half. I watched the highlights, the extended highlights, where Paris Saint-Germain had most of the ball, they had most of the chance, especially in the first half, where they literally dominated the first half. Listen, bro, if you look at the first half, the stats looked absolutely crazy, but Sporting took advantage of the Paris Saint-Germain dodgy defending, which has been a theme this season for Paris Saint-Germain. I don't know if last season, which is a one-off season, I feel like this season defensively they're nowhere near the same. And of course a last-minute dagger by the man himself, Luis Suarez, which, if you look at the table right now, Paris Saint-Germain, they've got a massive game against Newcastle next week, which, if they don't win, it might be another playoff again. But hey, the last time they won the Champions League, it was through the playoffs. Then you had Spurs beating Dortmund in a big result for Spurs. This is a big result for Spurs, because of course Dortmund had a man down at the 24th minute, but Spurs in the Champions League seems to be a completely different player. Like, whenever Thomas Frank is going to get sacked. Whenever Thomas Frank is on the verge of getting sacked, he somehow saves himself with the Champions League. The Champions League seems to be his grace period. It seems to be where he can buy more time. Romero, I don't know if he's a defender. I don't know if he's a midfielder. I don't know if he was a striker. Whenever I look at Spurs games, I see Romero on the score sheet. Like every time I see him scoring, and once again he's scoring. Solanke got a massive goal for his confidence because he's been out for an injury, but he hasn't been scoring for many games, and now it puts Spurs in a very healthy position where all they need to do is a win. All they need to do is a win, and they are in the top 8 against Frankfurt, which, hey, they did it last year, can they do it again? Then the last game was Villarreal losing to Ajax, and I can't lie, La Liga fries right now, give me some chicken tenders as well. La Liga is absolutely cheeks. How is Villarreal in 3rd place in La Liga, and they haven't picked up a single win in the Champions League? 1 point, minus 10 goal difference. One draw out of 7 games? Really? Are you losing to Ajax in big 2006? Come on, I can't lie. La Liga fries, bro. La Liga fries. Then we've got Wednesday's game, and speaking of La Liga, another fries. Atletico had a massive chance. Atletico, this was your moment to take advantage of the results that took place on Tuesday. The likes of City, the likes of Inter, and the likes of Paris Saint-Germain. You could have won, which would have put yourself in a very good position, except you drew against Gala. Gala in that first half was the better team. Of course, a goal from, I think it was, who was it? Was it Simeone, Llorente with an own goal, but the second half, Atleti had a lot of chances, but in the last 9 seconds of the game, Gala could have had the dagger. Gala could have put himself in a very good position in this Champions League playoffs, except for the fact that he missed. Osimhen made a great hold-up, great link-up play, a nice cut-back. I don't know who missed the chance, but Gala had a massive chance to win the game, except for the fact they didn't. And now Gala are pretty much in the playoffs. Like, I don't see them going down from the playoffs. I think they're going to be in the playoffs. It just depends where they finish the playoffs. I would recommend. Okay, I mean, they know. They don't need me. They don't need me to recommend. But if they finish as high around the higher position of the playoffs, they would face any of the bottom teams, which is pretty useful. As for Atleti, similar to the likes of Chelsea, Barca, Sporting, now it just depends on goal difference. Now they need a massive result. They need 4 goals, 5 goals against Bordeaux if they want to finish in the top 8. Karabakh had a massive last-second win against Frankfurt, which puts them now in the playoffs and puts Frankfurt completely away from the equation. Bilbao with a massive result, which helped every single team, because Atalanta could have finished this game week in 3rd place. Atalanta could have been right now in 3rd place, except for the fact they lost against Bilbao, a Bilbao side who didn't play Nico Williams, who didn't play Inaka Williams, who didn't play Sansa, 3 of the best players. How can you lose to this Bilbao side, who even themselves came to this team not even aiming to win? But now Atalanta, with this result, it puts them now similar to the other teams. They now just depends on goal difference. But if they just had picked 1 point, all they needed is 1 point, and the top 8 was in their hands, except for the fact they lost against Bilbao, which, to be fair, this result helps Bilbao, because now Bilbao is in the playoffs, and a good, healthy result against Sporting will put them in a good position to at least have more games in February, where they're going to have 2 playoff games. And then you've got Bayern beating Union with 2 goals from Harry Kane, and he missed a penalty as well. There's nothing really to talk about. Kim Min-jae continuing his bad stretch of I feel like he hasn't had a great time. Like, his first season was great since Tuchel came in. He's been completely out from it. Like, the Kim Min-jae from Napoli, nowhere to be seen at all. Then Chelsea, who only, and I repeat, only beat Paphos by 1 goal. This was a moment for Chelsea. This was the game for Chelsea to increase that goal tally, put them in a good position, stat pad, because the next game against Napoli isn't easy. This was a moment where you can stat pad. They only managed to get 1 goal, which means now, going away to Napoli, they need to, because they are the only team playing away from home. Barca are playing at home. Sporting are playing, not Sporting. City are playing at home. Atleti's playing at home. They had a great chance, except for the fact they completely missed their chance, and they only beat Paphos by 1 goal with Casado in 17. They had a lot of chances, And the thing is, I feel sorry for every single Chelsea fan that wake up every single day and they know before Chelsea plays a game, when it's game day, they know that they have to watch Garnacho and Neto as the wing options. I feel sorry. I genuinely feel sorry. Imagine waiting excitedly for a game of Chelsea, up the Chelsea, and you get to see Garnacho and Neto running the flanks every single game. Like, bro, just wallah, NBA, bro. NBA is calling, wallah. NBA is calling. Juve picked up a massive win because now it puts them in a position where they are almost in the playoffs, and pretty much in the playoffs. They could get top 8, but it just depends. All those teams dropping points, which I don't see likely. As for Benfica, Jose loses, and he's now out of the Champions League unless he does a favour to almost all those teams if he gets revenge against Real Madrid, who sacked him. And is he going to do it in his game week 8? If I know Jose pretty well, I think he's looking at this game. He doesn't even care about finishing the playoffs. He just wants to beat Real Madrid, and which could be a possibility, to be fair. Then you have Liverpool, who picked a massive win, because now in terms of the Champions League, they are now in a very, very good position with 15 points, and our top 8 is almost there. Sorry, top 8 is pretty much there. All they have to do is just get a draw. I don't even get a draw. To me, a draw is not enough because there'll be an entire 16 points, and goal difference will not favour them. They need a win. All they need is just 3 points. 3 points in the Carabao, and they are in the top 8. Massive win going away from Marseille, which I had predicted them to lose. Marseille has been going through a very good run in Ligue 1, especially at home. So winning away from home is absolutely massive. Marseille wasn't convincing. I saw the highlight. They could barely create. Bro, they could barely create a single chance. If you look at the stats here, especially in the second half, they became better when some of the best players all came off the bench and everything. But in the first half, look at this, bro. They only had 1 shot on target. So Bastai picked a massive goal, of course. But the second half, Liverpool was very, very compact defensively. Stayed in the shape, stayed in the thing which I wasn't expecting. But a clean sheet, 3 goals away to Marseille, massive result for Onslaught. Then you had Newcastle, who picked up a massive win, because this, not only was the win massive, the 3 goals was massive. That 3 goals massive, but the thing is about Newcastle, yes, you beat PSV, yes, you're 7th, but next game is against Paris Saint-Germain. Next game is against Paris Saint-Germain away from home at Parc des Princes. Are you able to somehow do the unthinkable? The last time you played Paris Saint-Germain, you beat them. But that was at home. Can you do the unthinkable? I don't think they can. And lastly, is Barcelona against Slavia Prague. They won. They took advantage of all the other games going in their favour. And then now it puts them in that little position where all they need is goal difference. All they need is a healthy cushion against Copenhagen at home, which should be easy, but at what cost? At what cost? Because this game right here, lost you Frankie due to suspension, so Frankie's not going to play the game against Copenhagen, but it also lost you Pedri. Pedri had a hamstring injury. Apparently it's a tear. It's going to be confirmed today how long he's out for, which I'll make a video on this second channel once it's confirmed how long he's out for. It could be 4 weeks, it could be 8 weeks. That's what some reports are saying. But Pedri out for 2 to 3 months, maybe a month, maybe 2 months, is going to be proved very crucial, because he is essentially Barcelona's midfield. And if he's out for a long period of time, then you might as well just kiss, forget top 8. You might as well just kiss the whole season over. But these are my main takeaways of every single game. Of course, I'll be giving you my preview ahead of game week 8, and also another video on how I predict the top 8 will look like. I'm going to predict using the UCL stimulator, the result stimulator. I'm going to predict every single game and seeing where each team will finish in the top 8. But like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon with another video. Peace.